And honestly, he said something nice about me, so I have to say something nice about him. Best SID in the country, hands down. You ask anybody that's out there. Great staff. Connor Smith also over here, him and Doug, I'm telling you, you talk to anybody around the country, which I do, and it's as good as it gets at ASU. Doug is finishing his 83rd year at ASU, so give it up for him too. But really, I'm going to do what I did when I played. I'm going to try to stay out of the way. And I'm going to see this, just finished my 15th year as a color analyst. Played here, coached here, and done everything here. So I'm super excited today. I tell people all the time when I played with Eddie House, we ran the old school give and go. You know what that is? Give and go. Give it to Eddie and then go the hell over here. That being said, I'm going to introduce a guy that became president of this university when I was playing here in 2002. Done things at Arizona State that I don't think any of us thought were possible. Just an absolute generous human being, great for our university, Dr. Michael Crow.
So it's very exciting to be here, be in this building. Craig Weatherup, a friend of mine, he and his family helped us get these things going when he was active in the ASU Foundation Board and making things happen. And it's really great to be taking the next step towards what we're working toward here at ASU, which is something we call college athletics. We believe in college athletes. We believe in student athletes. We believe in character development. We believe in advancing our program to advance the idea of the university, which was mind, body, spirit. We believe that we're a place where Olympic athletes and professional athletes can be grown and developed and enhanced, but we really believe in the notion of taking young men and young women and empowering them through competitive sports to become leaders. We're not producing enough athlete leaders. We're focused hugely on athlete, money. And so to make these programs work, we need great leaders. We need Graham Rossini, who's done a fantastic job moving our athletic program into unbelievably high levels of academic performance. More than 90% of our athletes are graduating. All of the teams have above a 3.0 grade point. For those of you that don't think those things are important, those things are essential. They're the prime ingredient. And then on top of that, unbelievable competitiveness. Winning multiple conference championships, competing in the national arenas, making things happen over and over and over. And we need this to happen in men's basketball. We need to quiet the barking dog to the south. Only 3 of you got that? We need to compete with great athletes. And to do that, we need to not become consumed by the fire that is presently consuming college sports, which is NIL, money, this, people moving thousands of athletes in transfer portals, no one committed to any team, everyone committed to just one thing, themselves, not the team. And to do that, Graham has been finding coaches and finding people who are developers of young men and developers of young women. So I'm going to have Graham come up here. We only say one thing to Randy. I didn't say to Coach Bennett, I didn't say, oh, you need to go out and win the national championship. We're going to have student athletes. They're going to be great students. We're going to win conference championships. And once we've won those conference championships, then we're going to compete for national things as the outcome. Compete. And do it in a way where we maintain the focus on college athletes. So our person leading all of this, the guy who's making all this happen, Graham Rossini.
Well, thanks everybody for carving out some time this morning to be here. It's a great day to be a Sun Devil. And when I look across the room and see so many smiling faces, you know how much this moment means to all of us in this room. And so out the gate, incredibly grateful for the Arizona Board of Regents, Dr. Crow, ASU leadership, my colleagues in Sun Devil Athletics, and really everybody in the room. I look across, I see longtime supporters, I see donors, I see season ticket holders, corporate partners, Sun Devil letter winners, teammates that we go to work with every single day, members of the media who get to tell our story. This takes all of us. And as Dr. Crow mentioned, we're off to a really exciting start as we wind down our second year in the Big 12. Incredible momentum across the entire athletic department, not just in a handful of programs, but when you look up and see 8 conference championships in our 2 seasons, 13 of our 25 sports ranked in the top 25, a number of them competing for conference championships, in the national tournament, et cetera. The trend line for Sun Devil Athletics is very good, very exciting. And as Dr. Crow mentioned, we try to simplify a very complicated moment in collegiate athletics in one way. We're about talent development. We're about talent development, 650 athletes that pick us. They come from all over the world. They've chosen Arizona State University. They've chosen this incredible place to live. They've chosen our coaches and our programs that they're proud to represent and contribute to. That's the North Star, keeping the young people top of mind and pushing every single day to create resources and leadership and moments and opportunities for them to find the best version of themselves and for them to understand that at some point sport will come to an end. It's everything that comes after that is what we're thinking hard every day of how to prepare them for the moment they walk into an interview, the moment that they want to go create a company, the moment that they want to impact society and use this ASU experience for the betterment. And that's an incredible thing for all of us to pour into. Can't think of a better thing for us to contribute time, treasure, talent, all the things that we can bring into this conversation on behalf of the athletes that represent Arizona State University every single day. It comes down to leadership. There's no doubt about that. And so when we have a position open, it's never a decision that we take lightly. It's something that we analyze. It's something that we debate. It's something that we discuss. But when we make a change, that focus on who the next leader in our program is going to be is a really important decision. And was told that advice when I came back to ASU a few years ago of the most important decision we will make in administration of athletics are the coaches that we select to lead our athletes every single day. And so when this process began, there was one name at the top of the list, and we're lucky that that one name that was at the top of the list is the coach that we're here to welcome and introduce today in Coach Randy Bennett. And when you look across the history of his career, certainly growing up in the Valley, contributing to Westwood High School and some great eras there in Mesa, advancing to Mesa Community College, going on to UC San Diego and having great success there, and then launching himself into this coaching career over 25, 30 years in the way that he's impacted human beings. It's not just about winning basketball. It's about something so much bigger than that. And when you look at the body of work that he's had and how winning basketball has translated into the human outcomes and the people that are running companies and leading organizations and coaching and contributing into that next generation of talent development, that is what really excites us about what Coach Bennett and his leadership is going to bring into our program. And when you fast forward and go through the process, and we said this when the job opened up, it's not about finding a coach that's ready to lead in the Big 12 or a coach that wants the opportunity to coach in the Power 4. It's about a coach that wants to be at Arizona State University and understands what makes this place so special at a university level, at a community level, as a place to live and contribute and be a part of something bigger than yourself. And that was very evident in every single conversation that we had with Coach Bennett. And his understanding of how ASU continues to grow and contribute to our community and impact people in so many different ways, and how he saw his style of leadership, his style of basketball fitting into what we're trying to build. And so it was really a quick process from there. And we're so grateful that he has confidence in our university, in our athletic department, and we are so excited to be here today and welcome him in front of all you. And so Coach Bennett, his wife Darlene, their boys, the extended family that's here. We've got Tom Bennett also joining us today. Round of applause for the Bennett family. This is a very exciting new chapter for us. And for everybody in the room, the narrative out there that this may not be a great basketball job, why would somebody want to pursue ASU at this moment in time? I've never understood that. I look at it the complete opposite way. Never been a better time to be us. Never been a better time to be ASU in the Big 12, in this most incredible market, the place that everybody in the world wants to live, fifth largest city in the United States, growing every single day, business leaders, community leaders, companies that are picking us, and now we've got incredible basketball leadership picking us as well. And so we will define our potential. If our potential is in the clouds, we're just getting off the sidewalk. We're just beginning this journey, but we're going to do it together. And so the call to action for everybody in the room is find your unique contribution into this basketball program, into this athletic department, into this university. Come to a game. Be a part of building that excitement. Be a part of that edge and that atmosphere that propels our teams to compete at the highest level, allows them to represent us, allows us to have the resources that we earn and reinvest back into the student athlete, reinvest it back into talent development. That's what we're hard at work every single day. And so where we're going to be defined, to be determined, but I know we're going to do it together and can't wait to lock arms with everybody in the room. And so with that, we're going to introduce Coach Bennett, and we're going to do a jersey presentation with Dr. Crow.
You got to
Graham, thank you. First of all, sorry about the pump fake on the first one. I should do much better on this one. So anyhow, actually it's kind of good because I know a lot more about the program now. Had 5 weeks here, and yeah, then I can tell you what things have happened and what we've gotten done recently. But first of all, there's two guys I gotta get special thanks to right over here. These are the only two guys I talked to before I took this job, and I just wanted to make sure that we were aligned on our philosophy on leadership and how you run a program. And it's a different time in college sports, but it doesn't mean you can't do it the right way. And I think these two guys are 100% there. President Crow, it's unbelievable what you've done with this university. Unbelievable. This place, I was here immediately and I felt the power of this institution. And you created that, and yeah, especially built the school up. Obviously, I was here in the, went to high school in '80, and so I know it was what it was like then, but how much you have grown it is unbelievable. It's, I mean, the whole community, Tempe, academically, it's just really impressive. So congratulations on what you've done. The guy next to him, Graham, our athletic director, the guy's unbelievable, impressive. He's gifted, very good speaker, but he gets it. The same kind of thing. When I got here, I was just impressed with the culture of the athletic department. The coaches cared about each other. They cared about other teams. They have a group text about how they do each team does every weekend. They congratulate each other. The student athletes are very personable, very friendly, and that stuff doesn't just happen. I've been at other schools, and you have to work at it, but Graham, I see it the way Graham sees it. Like, you have to find kids. You can find them, but I think you got to lead them, and that's find kids that want to be part of something bigger than themselves. They're still out there, but how you recruit them, who you recruit, all that stuff's a factor. So, Graham, keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a great job. Real quick, I want to introduce my dad, Tom Bennett. Long-time coach here, and my new volunteer assistant. So, his wife Sylvia, my wife Darlene Bennett, who is, I don't know where Sparky is, but Sparky, you won her over in a day. She's so excited about her favorite mascot in the world. So anyhow, she's excited to be here and trying to find a house. Glad to have her with me. My Uncle Bill, right there. Good to see Uncle Bill. About half my high school team over there. Thanks for coming. I didn't know you were coming. And then my other family members, my son Chase Bennett, who's going to be on our staff as probably director of basketball ops. We're trying to sort through all that stuff. So, yeah, great to have him. He just finished college playing. Great to have him with us. So, now I want to introduce our staff. I'll try and get through this quickly. First of all, they carried me for the first 2 weeks of this job. And Rick and David and Joe were here right away. And we didn't have a team, so it was interesting. We had to go build a team, which these guys have done. And actually, I didn't come into the office till the day before the portal opened, which in sports now, that's a wild day. So anyhow, they had it all set up, and I think the biggest thing in coaching, I tell people this, I've only done it twice, but is the most important thing, everybody thinks it's players. It's not players. The most important thing is your staff, the people you surround yourself with. Your staff will get you good players, and they'll lead those guys to be right and to get better, and eventually for those guys to become leaders. So anyhow, I couldn't have, I don't think I could have gotten a better staff. These guys are incredible, they're talented, they weren't cheap, but they're well worth it. And so I'm just going to go in order, no particular order. I have 3 associate head coaches. First one's Rick Croy. Rick's a fantastic leader, fantastic coach. I worked with him at St. Mary's for 3 years, and what did he do? We went conference champ, conference and tournament champ, and then conference champ, I think. He came from Cal Baptist, got his team in the NCAA tournament this year, which is incredible. First time Cal Baptist has gone to the NCAA tournament. He took it from Division II to Division I. Most guys get fired by then, but he didn't. And then he got him in the NCAA tournament this year. And then he's crazy enough that he said, I want to be part of this thing and play in the big fight, Power 4, Arizona State, Big 12. So anyhow, Rick Croy. Next guy is probably, in my opinion, best recruiter in college basketball. We worked together 3 years. What'd you get? Sweet 16? Left me after Sweet 16. Big money came in, took off. But anyhow, he's been 2-time Division I head coach at Riverside, Sac State. Trying to get him a better job this next time as a head coach. Anyhow, he's been all the big schools want him. He just came from LSU. He's really gifted with kids, really good leader, and like I say, he's a heck of a recruiter. And I'm pumped to have you, David Patrick. So the next guy's he's going in his 6th year. He played for us at St. Mary's. Went back 29 win seasons. We only had him 2 years. He wasn't smart enough to go to St. Mary's first time around. He went to Boston College. But he is a heck of a young coach. And first thing I did when I knew I was probably coming here, I said, Joe, you come with me? And he jumped into he's a great leader, but he's a great competitor. And he was all conference 2 years in a row. Like I said, our teams won. He was Defensive Player of the Year, and he was actually academic All-American. Joe wanted me to tell you that. E.J. Rowland, these 3 jumped in, and I had to go back and get E.J. from St. Mary's. He was a really good point guard for us at St. Mary's. It's only next year will be his 3rd year in coaching. So he played 20 years overseas, a heck of a player. And he actually was point guard for us. First time we made the NCAA tournament at St. Mary's in 04-05. And he's probably the key recruit that we got that got us over the top so we could get in the tournament. And anyhow, he's really got a nice way about it. He's good on player development. He's catching his stride as a coach. He'll really enhance and help our program. E.J. Rowland. And last but not least for sure is he came from the Pac-12, Drew Seidenberg. He was executive director in Pac-12, up at the very top, and Graham knew him. He will be like, I guess we can't use this title, but he'll be like general manager between responsibilities, a liaison between Graham and between me, which you need now. You need now. People are hiring these guys, and I worked with him at St. Mary's as well. He was in the basketball side of things, and he used to work for Mick Cronin at Cincinnati. But he's a rising star in that area. Was up for some conference commissioner jobs this past year. So it's a different dynamic, and they changed the card game on us in this coaching, recruiting. It's a whole new card game. And you have to have somebody creating revenue streams, whatever, playing in events to get you $500,000, going to China, whatever it is. And he's got that skill set. He really knows it inside out. Drew Seidenberg. So there's two guys. We're returning from ASU. We got here. We couldn't really have a team meeting. We didn't have a team. So we had to create a team. And we were fortunate to get two guys back from last year's team. And Bryce Ford, I think Bryce here today, where is that? Bryce had the other one's VJ Wallace. I don't think VJ's here. But anyhow, these are both good players. And we just had to find the ones that, it's a different deal. It's tough for kids too. They didn't sign up for this. They didn't sign up for me. And so we had to find guys that were all in. Whether they're new guys, they're all new guys to me. So whether they're new guys or guys that are returning from the last program, and we're excited to be able to get two guys that were Sun Devils returning. I think it'll help us. I think VJ was out last year because of an injury, and then Bryce was banged up, had to get hip surgery recently, and he'll be out a little while next year. But I think he'll be back for probably practice in October. Anyhow, I think they can both really help. And Bryce, good to have you back with us. All right, so $1 million question. Why did I leave St. Mary's to come to ASU? And it's pretty simple. Some of it's pretty obvious. But it has everything to do with ASU and nothing to do with St. Mary's. And so St. Mary's, I've been there 25 years, loved it. Darlene and I raised our kids there. We're very happy. And people would often ask me, would I leave St. Mary's? Would I ever leave St. Mary's? And probably, I think Lisa Love was 80. Probably, 20 years ago, I talked to Lisa Love about this position. And I always thought it was a great job. So when people would ask me, I'd say there's one. ASU. And I think because a lot of it, the leadership, I could feel that at ASU and what changed this whole city and turned this campus into a city. So it's just impressive on the leadership piece. But I grew up here, like I said, late 70s, 80s, And ASU was the deal. I don't know what that school is, 90 minutes from here, but ASU was the deal. The best players came here. You had to be the best of the best in Phoenix or Arizona to get an opportunity to go to ASU. So that was my feel on what ASU was. ASU was powerful. ASU was top 2 in the country in men's basketball. They rolled out 5 pros. Pat Lever, Byron Scott, Johnny Nash, Sam Williams, and Alton Lister. A lot of them are up there. And they've always, Ned Wolf was coach, kept going. So that's kind of always how I see ASU, and I think I have it right. And Graham said something about people think this was a tough job or whatever. It is a tough job. It's a tough job because it's in the Big 12, and they have great coaches in the Big 12. This conference is top 1 or 2 conferences in college basketball. I mean, there are some big-time programs. And just like these guys here, our whole staff, I came here because I wanted to be part of that challenge. And I want players that want to be part of that challenge. And that challenge is you're going to go play against the best. So, St. Mary's, I felt like we'd done what we could do, left the program in a lot better spot than it was when we went in there. So it was the right time. So when Graham called me, easy decision. So that is why I'm here. The only other thing I'd like to update you guys on is, which is the benefit of having press conference 5 weeks after you got the job, is we've been able to get some things done since I've been here. These guys mostly, but we got a coaching staff. And then we actually have a team now. We have 12 players. We can't coach them yet because they're not here, but they'll be here in, I think the next, that's huge. So those are the 2 biggies. We have things to do. We have to get our schedule set, which we're working on. Drew's doing a great job on that, and probably over halfway there. And then we get to do what I think these guys are great at, and that's start laying the foundation for our program. And that is both on the court and off the court. I think off the court, really want to create a family atmosphere for players who played here, alums. Get out in the community, do camps, give back to the community, build those relationships. And then on the court, I think what we're best at is we've recruited players. Of the 12 guys, all 12 of them came in on the right terms. And I think that's everything. You gotta get them on the right terms. And that's, like I said, be part of something bigger than yourself. Be unselfish, listen, there's money involved in this thing. I mean, it's a whole new industry. This portal, this all that NIL, I don't think it's going anywhere. I don't know what it's gonna look like in 5 years, but it's here for now. You have to have some money, but it's not all about money. It's all about, and this is where we're good. It's all about getting guys that want to win a championship, and that's more important than going to another school. So I think we have it set up, and it's really the only way I know how to do it, is where guys will return. Now I'm catching my stride and able to work long days or longer days, and we've gotten a lot done. We've gotten a lot done in 5 weeks, and so I feel good now. Thanks for asking.
Hi, Randy. Doug Howell with The Athletic over here. Good to see you. when you were hired, I contacted some of your former players and coaches at St. Mary's and then just asked them how you operated. To a man, they all started with your work ethic. Given what you just described and what you have gone through, will you change your approach going forward to how you go about coaching?
I don't think it'll be about how I go about coaching, but taking better care of myself, maybe not hired a great staff, so I think they'll cover for me, and they're fully capable. A lot of them have been head coaches. They'll all be head coaches again if they haven't already been. So I have a lot of trust there. We're resourced a lot better here, and I mean, this place is powerful. This program is powerful. One of the first things I felt when I came here was how much power Arizona State University has in this area, and the enrollment's so big now, and the campus has grown. You can't go anywhere and not find a guy that, hey, where'd you go to college? Arizona State. And so I think all that helps. Like, I don't want to say it's easier. It's definitely not easier because the league you're in, but it's resourced better, and I think I can do a better job as far as managing my time and days.
Michelle Gardner, Arizona Public. Welcome back to the Valley, Coach Bennett. Did you have many discussions with the other players about possibly returning, or were they all kind of in the portal before you got a chance to kind of look at the roster?
So I met with the team first day I got here. That's Tuesday. It was right after I told my team at St. Mary's on Monday. So I went Monday telling them, which wasn't easy, and then came over here and met with the team here. I knew none of it. And so we kind of did, but everybody was, some of them were already in the portal. I'd say half of them. So that means once in the portal, they're shopping for another situation, whatever. Agents are involved, whole deal. Like I said, it's a different card game. But I just kind of from there found out who wanted to be here, who was within reason of us getting, and like I said, who would be excited about being part of this new challenge at ASU. So we sorted through it. They sorted themselves out for the most part, whether it was they wanted an amount of money that we didn't think we could or should do. And then we didn't even know about it, DJ, until about 2 weeks later. He was on vacation, so he came strolling in at the last second. And anyhow, we were excited about that. We just didn't know. So yes, we had conversations, tried to get to know him, but it was moving so fast that eventually it was Bryce and BJ. Those are the guys who want to be here, and we thought they're good enough to be part of what we're doing. I mean, we're trying to win the league, so we're trying to get good players. So yes, we did. And we tried to touch base with them. Diop was just, his number was too high. So anyhow.
Randy, Cameron Cox, 12 News over here, sir. Welcome
Gotcha.
back to the Valley.
Thank you.
Great to see your dad into as well. Many have talked about ASU kind of being awoken, right? The sleeping giant is now awake. What's it going to take to get this program back on track, and how close is it?
It's a loaded question. I said it already. It's a tough job because it's in the Big 12. I mean, you're staring at some really good programs and that are really well coached. That is the challenge right there. So you can get, ASU's always been able to get good players. If you want to get, I think we can get good pretty quick. To get great, we're going to have to keep the best Arizona kids at home. And that hadn't been the case for a while. So I think we're going to do a good job recruiting the Phoenix area and all through the state. And yeah, I'm excited about this upcoming season. We still have to add 2 players, but I like what we're bringing in. I can't wait to get our hands on them and start working with them and developing them as players and leaders and all the things that you get into coaching for. So I think I'm excited and I'm optimistic.
Hi, Coach. Robbie Baker, right here with Fox 10. Welcome to ASU here. You mentioned your recruiting philosophy and wanting to find players that have the right mindset, wanting to be a part of something bigger than themselves. How difficult is it with NIL and everything to find players with that mindset nowadays? Is it difficult to find guys with that makeup?
It's harder. It's definitely harder. And just because this thing's been around 5 or 6 years now, and on both sides of the card game, you've had to adapt, and coaches have to adapt it. I mean, you got to decide how you're rolling. You're just going to try and buy a team and change out 10 guys every year. I'm not doing it. And you don't have to do it, but we all agree you got to double down on leadership. And I think a lot of people are going the other way. And players, now they're being raised in this. They're coming through high school. It's just kind of, it's validation for them. Put their name in the portal and get the strokes. And obviously, you can't blame them for taking high NIL money. It's all good. You just got to find out which guys you can work with and which guys you feel like you can win with and run the program the way you want to run it. So we like the way we're rolling. We're not opposed to NIL. We will do NIL, but that's not what's going to drive our program.
Hey, Coach, back over here. Griffin Demeray from Arizona's Family 3 TV, CBS 5. I was just curious on what role, if any, did Gonzaga leaving the WCC and going to the Pac-12 play in your decision, just because it felt like St. Mary's was almost kind of left behind there?
It's a great question. It is a great question because it was a factor. And I think is a factor for some of our players that left there as well. Is Gonzaga was the flagship program of that league and has been for 25 years. And recently we've we won the league the last 4 years. They've tied with us for 2. So I kind of felt like, man, I don't know how much more we can do. And with Gonzaga leaving, it's going to be harder to do, not easier to do. And you're not going to get quad 1 games, which you, in a league like the WCC, you have to get those games. And you have to get some in the league. And we're going to lose 2 of those every year. So it was a factor, but the biggest factor was ASU. I wanted to be here, my dream job. I thought, I still do. I think you can win championships here.